Okay, I think I'm back. Not entirely sure what happened there. I was playing Arena, things were going well, and then suddenly all my monitors went black, and I got arena.exe has stopped responding, OBS had crashed, even Google Chrome, which I had open for the YouTube, so everything just went dead all at once. So I've never seen that happen before. I rebooted everything, tried to get back as quick as I could here. I blame Nicole. You know, she's always behind the scenes doing something, so maybe this is on her. I don't know, either that or the weather and my internet. I don't know. I'm not. I do tech support, but I'm not really like a tech guy. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't want to leave it hanging there, so I thought I would just come right back here and do not too much longer. I mean, this day is already what it is, but we were playing the black and white Phyrexian blocker deck. It was doing okay. I would be okay showing off something else. So anyone who's out there watching, you get to pick what deck. And I'm just going to show you my collection here. And you just say, that looks interesting or that sounds cool. We're going to keep it just to standard, I think, just to kind of keep it manageable. Let me turn off my face so you can see better. So we already did the karate one and the $1 Sheoldred. Some of these I've copied from, you know, other stream, or I got inspiration from other people, but unique stuff. Where did it all go? There we go. The End is pretty cool. Plague is pretty cool. We've done Pay to Win. I've done Widowmaker. Quest for Decadence, I think, is pretty cool. Maybe I'll let Nicole pick, actually. Metal Worms is all right. Cult of Arcanum is funny. So these are like my standard decks right now. If there's anything here jumping out, Nicole played a Swarm of Rats. Yeah, I really don't know what happened. It was just The End. Okay, so let's take a look at The End. So this is fun. Set sail. We got a request for The End. We'll do that first. So the goal here is, it's named after the card The End, which is just our removal spell of choice. It's an aggressive red and black deck that tries to use like Spiteful Hexmage curse tokens to funnel Torch the Tower and Malevolent Witchkite. It's kind of a weird one. I don't really know if this is good or bad or whatever. I love Decadent Dragon. I think it's a really cool card. I like the Witchkite. You get to, so I don't know if you've even seen this one. When it enters a battlefield, sacrifice any number of artifacts, enchantments, or tokens. Draw that many cards. So you get to sacrifice, like, I don't know, Akiba Reckoner Raid or Kumano and turn those into more lightning strikes or something. When I'm making a new deck, I usually just throw like 3 or 4 of a couple different things in here. So right now I have like 3 of everything. It's not really like tuned. Probably don't need 3 of these Witch Kites. Probably don't need 3 Duress. But this is like where I started. 24 lands, 36 cards. The idea is we're just playing a bunch of really cheap things and trying to beat face before the clock runs out. So let's give it a shot. I like this one. I think for this, I'm not going to do it on ranked. We'll just do standard play mode, The End, with my, what's her name? The girl there that was just on the cover of the box. I can't think of her name. Anyway, thanks for coming back. For anyone who's just rejoining the stream, I don't know what happened. Everything just went dark and broke. And I scrambled to reboot and fix it. And now here we are. Ooh, I need my face. There we go. Okay, waiting for opponent. And we have a game. All right, good. Duress is so invasive. Yeah, it is. But like, it protects you from a lot of crazy stuff out there. And look, there's a Duress in our opener. Okay, I mean, this is 2 lands and some cheap black spells, so I think this deck we keep. Vorthos? I mean, there's not really a story behind this one. It's just fun cards that I thought would work really great. You mean the girl on my avatar is Vorthos, yes. All right, opponent on black. Do we go Hexmage? Do we go Raid? Do we Duress them? I think we start with a Raid. Yeah, I tend to use her a lot. No, I'm talking about the red, charming rogue girl who I'm going to draw here at any second with no mountains to play her. So now let's see what our opponent has. Mr. Mrs. Rhymes with Piano. That's a cool name. I like it. Vraska, Edict, Path of Peril. Well, I think we're taking that away. And then do I just run this out knowing that they're going to Edict it? I don't know. No red lands might be tough. Yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, cool. They wasted an Edict on a 1/1. Fine. So the sneaky move here is that we've got the dragon, which is going to let us steal more swamps, I guess. Well, we'll see. Alright, so they have their own Sheoldred, a Liliana. So I love the expensive tastes adventure on this dragon. Let's see. What do we get? We pick up a swamp and a Sheoldred. Okay. And are they going to make us sacrifice our little dude? Pity. Mountain one time. Never didn't have it. Okay. Do I lightning strike Liliana? I think I got to, right? Otherwise they're just going to make me keep discarding stuff. And now, so next turn we have their swamp, their Sheoldred. That seems pretty okay. Or our own land. Alright, Sheoldred comes in, forces them to sacrifice. And they only have 3 lands, so they can't play their own Sheoldred yet. Ooh! Whoa! Okay. That Sheoldred broke on the art. I've noticed lately that anytime you adventure or exile something that way, the art does glitch out. That seems to be not unique to Sheoldred. So there you go. That's how the end works. You know, when it works. I'll take that win. Let me go back and look at the deck again real quick. All right, what changes do we need to make? And why does this keep defaulting to, like, all the decks in the world? Charming Scoundrel. That's who I... Right? Yeah, Charming Scoundrel. There she is. She's great. So you play Hex Mage on 1. He sticks the curse token on himself. You play Charming Scoundrel on 2. Put the Wicked roll on the Spiteful Hex Mage, because you can only have 1 roll on it. So you keep Wicked, dropped Curse. He becomes a 4/3, and she's a 1/1 with haste. So you attack for 5 on turn 2? That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we need like 3 duress. Let's go down one of those. Probably don't need 3 of this guy either. I mean, lightning strikes we always like, right? And then... well, let's go one more Hopeless Nightmare. That seems better than duress. Okay, because they have to discard anyway. Alright, cool. Let's run it back. The end. And then we'll take a look at Set Sail, because I saw somebody ask for that one. That one is just like the schooner, the boat that whenever you attack with it, the creature that crewed gets to explore, and you use like Deep Cavern Bat, and you just kind of build up a giant lifelinker and attack with a boat. I mean, it's all right. Okay, so we have the combo turn 1 into turn 2, and then we've got ways to spend our curses if we need to. It's honestly really cool. Well, thank you. I mean, I didn't invent it, but I think it is. I think it is a pretty cool opening move, and it's like these two are like, I don't know, a little something happening here between the Spiteful Hex. He's like the bad boy, and she's like comes along and fixes him. It's like, is my head canon? Whatever. But they make a good pair. I do like that, especially when our opponent doesn't like do anything. Because now watch, Charming Scoundrel comes in. Create Wicked roll. Upgrade this guy. Punch for a quarter of your life. Did we already play $1 Sheoldred? We did. That was in the first half of the stream before everything glitched out and I had to reboot and recreate the stream. We might pivot back to that. I want to give it one more shot because it lost every game that we did on stream. And I want to end on a win with that one. So we'll see if we can get back and maybe do the $1 Sheoldred again. All right. So now we can Hopeless Nightmare, make our opponent discard a card and lose 2 life. Love it. Okay. And then we've got Torch the Tower to deal 2 damage. We could sacrifice, well, I mean, we could bargain, but we don't need to. We're just going to kill this Paleontologist and attack for another 5. All right. So obviously opponent's on like fight rigging, big dinosaur, something. But if we can kill them before they get there, I will be happy with that. Ah. They killed our bad boy. He gets to deal 1 more damage. Okay. So I think we are going to use Witch's Mark. Discard our 6-drop. Get in for 2 more. Then raid for 1 more. This is like a very drainy death by 1,000 small cuts kind of a thing, in addition to attacking for 5, you know, on turn 2. Opponent goes Cavern of Souls on Dinosaur. Kind of expected that based on their colors. Alright, so they do 2 to her, but she was wicked, so we get them down to 3. Down to 2. So do we just play out the dragon? I guess we do, right? Like, I like to adventure with it first, but I'd rather put a threat on the board, because now they have to answer this or they're dead. That's not going to do it. There we go. The end wins again. A nice aggressive start from the red and black love story that is Spiteful Hexmage into Charming Scoundrel. A match made in Eldraine's heaven. Okay, so that's a cool deck. Let's do again with the $1 Sheoldred, but we're gonna do it probably in the play queue instead of the ranked queue, just because I don't want to hemorrhage any more ranking there. Would be cool to challenge viewers, but the fact that they could see your hand would make it difficult. Yes, stream sniping, as it is often called, is problematic. I mean, you could just honor system it. And in the past, I've done, if you become a patron, you get access to our exclusive Discord, where we do run tournaments from time to time. We had like a Pauper one, we had a Historic Brawl one. And I've played against patrons that way and recorded those games, but they were like offline. And then I thought about posting them later, but I never got around to it, and it felt kind of weird to do them like late. But I could do that. I could maybe revisit the idea of doing like a tournament series and let everyone know that I'll be recording, but that way they can't like. Let's see. So black green. I guess we can start with the Evangel of Synthesis. Pick up another land. We'll discard Vampire's Kiss because we can get that back with Halo Forager. Haven't been in a tournament, but I am a patron. Oh, thank you. Could put a black bar on the bottom. We could, but then how fun is that for the people watching, right? They don't get to really see my hand, and I can't even like describe or talk my way through like what I'm planning or like why I'm using certain cards a certain way, because otherwise you're still just giving that information potentially to somebody else. I think I like dropping Vohar here and keeping Spell Pierce up just in case they play a non-creature, but this looks like a deck that wants creatures in the graveyard. Ooh, oh, well, maybe not. Seed of Hope. Mill 2. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. Gain 2. Do I just want to spell pierce that? I think so. Alright. So first we use Vohar here to draw and then discard, which is going to make this other guy a little bit bigger. Probably can ditch one of these agents. Attack for 3 and deploy the agent. Yeah. Yeah, so honor system, I mean, could work, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of experience with the live streams. That's why I'm trying today. Obviously, as far as tech goes, we had some hiccups. But alright, I'm going to try to activate our agent. And hit for 6 and draw a card. Okay, alright. Budget Sheoldred is working. We haven't drawn the Gixian Puppeteer yet, but we're doing alright. Do you feel like they fumbled the story potential of the Omen Paths so far? Fumbled? I mean, I don't think they're using it to their full potential. Do I have any removal spells down here? I don't. So I think we just bounce that guy, buy ourselves a turn, get the opponent to 4, draw a card, Gumdrop Poisoner. Do I just play her out so I have another threat? Yeah, alright, opponent decides they can't beat $1 Sheoldred anyway. Yeah, I like the Omen Paths. I wish Kellen had more of a story importance than he was also here. I agree. I think I don't know. It's a weird one, right? Because we've got to adjust to following these characters who aren't planeswalkers anymore. And as I said earlier, it feels a little weird to have followed Kellen across 3 stories now, and he's kind of just been like a special guest on Ixalan and now here in Ravnica. So it doesn't have the same anchorage or like grounding that the Planeswalker Gatewatch stories do. I know those got a lot of flack for always being the Gatewatch or the Justice League, and people kind of got burned out on that too. So you would think that with huge gaps in between set releases, I mean, we get what, 4 story chapters a year, really? Or 4 stories? That gives you plenty of time to come up with your ideas and flesh things out and not feel like they're always just rushed or square peg in a round hole. I don't know. It shouldn't be that hard to have a roster of characters big enough that we don't have to always see the same people, and you can trust your audience to have a memory of like what came before. I think we'll open with Duress here, although okay. So they're on Obliterator, Sunslate. This is the green and black fight deck. Oof. Alright, this one could be tricky. Do we just make them discard? Yeah. Glissa next, otherwise we don't really have an answer for her. Made a custom card a while ago that basically predicted Omen Paths. It's a cool concept. I just wish we had more characters like Troyan and Kellen and random people getting into other planes and doing stuff. Because right now it just seems to be like we're just following Kellen and he's just kind of, you know, I don't think we need consider here. Last place he picked up Amalia. Didn't really have any relevance on the Ravnica story. Before that, he was friends with Ruby. Left her behind on Eldraine for some reason. It doesn't seem clear who gets to come through an Omen Path and who doesn't, and why. Okay. So that obliterator is kind of scary. We will hopefully trade it off with a 1/1 and only have to sacrifice one thing. That would be ideal. Opponent plays a Mosswood Dread Knight on the back of a Bloodletter of Aclazots. And they do not attack. Okay. So what do we want to do here? I guess we start with Vohar. Give up our Collector Vault. And I guess we're gonna hold Triumph and use it to like kill Obliterator. Probably in response to a fight spell, if I had to guess where they're going next. Okay. They exile our 1/1 Death Toucher. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I don't think we really drew the right pieces here that we need. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Bloodletter's gonna double. So we're just pick up around, pick up Puppeteers. That keeps us in it. Or does it? Oh, that was. Okay, so this is one flaw for this deck. If you have Phyrexian Arena out and you don't yet have the Puppeteer, you draw your second card before you play the Puppeteer. So I was all excited. I slammed Puppeteer and then looted with Vohar, thinking that that was going to be the second draw of the turn, and it wasn't. So we didn't get the life drain, so we didn't go up to 5. Huh. Well, we pick up a Go for the Throat, but I think it's too late because Bloodletter is just going to connect in the air and kill us. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, when this deck works, it's great. When it doesn't work, you get situations like this where just come up a little short. That's okay. We'll do it one more time. Kellen joined the detective agency. Right, so it's not... They're also not being very transparent about how much time is passing between these sets. How long was Kellen on Ravnica and joined the detective agency and earned a bit of a reputation and, you know, had caught the eye of Proft, and I don't want to go through the whole story here, but... You know, but like everyone's like, oh, the Phyrexians just invaded, and you're like, well, Eldraine was already like months later. Then we went through Ixalan, which took time. Now he's on Ravnica, which took more time. So like, how recent was the Phyrexian invasion at this point, or how quickly is Kellen climbing these beanstalks? Yeah, I thought for sure the mysterious powder in Murders at Carlisle was going to come from the Omen Paths. It felt like that's what they were setting up. And again, I don't want to spoil or get too much into the Murders story here because the recap video will, you know, be in the future. But yeah, I feel like they had an opportunity there that wasn't capitalized on. We'll just say that. All right, we got our Puppeteer. No way to reliably activate it. But I think this is still a decent enough hand to keep. You know you're in for a good time when your opponent has the Jace face and a name like Switch Swift Spear. Oh boy. All right. So do we extract the truth here? Take away Urbrask, take away Kogla and Yadaro. Oh my god. I guess we take away the 4-drop. What is this deck that has a Swift Spear and a 6-drop in it together? I don't think I've ever seen this. He was a red card with a white adventure into a white card with a green adventure, and now he's green and blue with a green and blue adventure. Yeah, it would have been neat if they kept like the pattern going, like if this version was a green one with a blue adventure, and then he was like blue with black or something. But alas. All right, so we play Evangel of Synthesis. We get to draw and then discard. Well, I like all of these cards, so I guess we're getting rid of Consider. I mean, the life gain is probably going to be helpful. Stick in the Puppeteer, although we have no way to actually trigger Puppeteer. They do Gaia's Gift on their own turn, or excuse me, on my turn, just to throw a counter on it? Why? That's like one of your best tricks. What are you doing? 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. Okay. So you could hit me with this hazard, buff this up, then I just don't block. Interesting. Samet. First strike, vigilance, haste, 2/3. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, they don't even attack with their hasty. Sure. Sure. Alright, well, unfortunately, we don't have enough to pop the life and play the poisoner, so I guess we're just playing a Puppeteer with no way to trigger it. And now we're hoping they don't kill this. Helena and Elena. Okay. Okay, opponent. That's fine. Oh my god. 4/5 first strike. Love it. I would settle for a land off the top. Actually, would be great. Or removal spell. Not another poisoner. That is not what I wanted. Okay, well, if we get a 5th land, we can eat a food and play a poisoner and give something -3/-3, which would kill the partner. So this is what I want to do. I really don't want to give them time to find the mana to play a 7/7. Okay, but now that we know what their last 2 cards, what does this do? For 4, discard it, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. They're just going to do the hazard. I think I want to keep both of my Puppeteers alive, for sure. So I think this is a chump block situation. Take 5. Oh dear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. Okay, we found another land. So we eat some food. Play poisoner, get rid of that. And now it's just a question of weathering the storm. If we can find a way to, like... I mean, I don't know. I would settle for Halo Forager to flashback our Consider. I'd take the Vampire spell that makes blood tokens. I'll take a lot of stuff. I'll take Phyrexian Arena now. I'll take Collector's Vault. Like, there's so much just here waiting to go off. Do I play Brawl? Absolutely, yes. Love Brawl. We can look at some of my favorite Brawl decks next if we want to. But yeah, play Brawl, play Commander. I try to get together with Nicole once or twice a month, and some other friends locally here, and have a little Commander night. And then I try to have like the same or similar decks on Arena as I play in Commander, which probably isn't very wise because the one-on-one is very different from a 4-player pod. But it's good for like practice with the decks and like repetition. I try to maintain parity, and I shoot for about 90%. So if I have 9 out of 10 cards or 90 out of 100 on Brawl that are the same as in paper, I'm usually pretty happy with that. Do we just take this 10? Oh my god. Yep. This is a cool deck. I mean, Samet with all these hasty things. And now they're up to 6. And we find Rona like just a hair too late because we can't activate the Puppeteers. So even if we like suicided this Poisoner to try and gain life, they just block it. Even if we make her food first, we don't have enough to eat it, and then play her to eat the Swift Spear. So I guess we do Rona and the other Poisoner and just try to block everything. Nobody. No attacks. Alright, what does this guy have? When it enters, choose one. Trample and haste. So that alone kills us. Or fight something. Also not great. And they have the mana for it, so yeah. Okay. So let's see. Are we truly dead? I mean, we could gain up to 6 life here. Interesting. So yeah, we could have... So I think we do it like that. We lose Rona, which is really unfortunate with the Puppeteers. We go to 1. Then go back up, and now we get to bring... Ooh, we gained a bunch of life, so now if a Poisoner comes back... How much did we gain? 6? Not enough to kill Samet. Alright, still worth getting. We get to kill the dragon. Vohar. Alright, so if we play Vohar, we can't use the tap draw ability. We could pay 2 and sacrifice it, and then we could cast an instant or sorcery out of our graveyard. We could cast Consider. I kind of like doing that, actually. Because that draws us. We have found all of the Puppeteers, but we don't have, like, the mana or a way to reliably trigger them. This is crazy. That was a really good synergy. Thank you. That's why I put it in the deck. And I have all these ideas when I'm building it, and I even, in the video where I describe this deck, I talk about how, like, this is a cool thing you can do. When your Puppeteer dies, you can bring back the Poisoner, and she'll have gained life, and, like, in my mind, it all was there, and I totally forgot that that was possible. All right, so they're coming in for just 6 with Samet. That first strike, though, I don't really want to give up Puppeteer unless I have anybody else I want to bring back. Not really. So we'll say no blocks. I still don't think we're winning this. I mean, the opponent's at 18. But we'll see. We'll see. Takanuma. So I don't think that really helps. We would have to spend 4 mana to get back a creature. And unfortunately, I think they just outnumber us at this point, even with the life gain. Yeah, I mean, even if they attack with Samet, it's like that first strike means that if we block with a Puppeteer, it'll die. We'll get to bring back something else, but we won't have gained any life. And we won't have drawn 2 cards or anything, so... yeah. Fortunately, we hung in there for quite a while, but I don't think this one's going to go the distance, especially if they do that. Alright, so chump block one of those, trade with that, this has Menace, and hits really hard, so... yeah, no life gain this time, unfortunately. All right, so that's the idea of the $1 Sheoldred deck, is you try to get those Puppeteers out and just kind of burn through your deck and kill people that way. Now, since somebody already mentioned Brawl, I think I will end the stream here with one more deck, and this is, you know what, I'm not even going to show it. I'm just going to play it because. So this is like that $1 Sheoldred idea kicked up into Brawl, okay? And I call it Forbidden Studies because it is using Zimone and Dina from Strixhaven, the students, but it has a lot of Phyrexian and like evil cards in it, so it's like they're kind of toying with this magic that is quite evil. And I think this is actually an okay hand. Alright. So this is our commander, Zimone and Dina. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, target opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. It's the exact same text as on the other guy. But we also have a way to sacrifice creatures to draw cards and play extra lands and kind of ramp and do fun stuff like that. So that's what we're going to try to do. Was really hoping to have picked up another land here, but we didn't. We do have a Fairy Vandal who gets to flash in. Oh my god. We might be dead before we get to do anything. Okay. Solemn Simulacrum, not gonna do it. Okay, so this is another kind of sneaky thing that this deck does. We have a bunch of these learn cards, but we don't have a sideboard with lessons in it, so instead we discard and then draw, which counts as our second draw for the turn. So that can trigger Zimone and Dina and do a bunch of other useful stuff. Like we just found another land. We grew our Vandal. He's not big enough to answer this Layla though. So we're taking another pretty big hit. All right. So I think we're just gonna run out the sad, sad robot. We need a green land, so we'll pick up a forest. All right, so now we're getting pretty well set up here. If we draw another land, next turn maybe we play Tatiova and then play the land. We can also Zamone. Do not attack, okay. Or we could like Dina. No, I think we're gonna do Tatiova. Play a land. We get to draw a card. We get to gain a life. This picks up a counter. All right. Opponent though has Minsk and Boo. Okay, and a Quartzwood Crasher. All right, so what is the most dangerous card they have? The partners, right? So I think this time we play our commander. We play a land, which triggers Tatiova. We draw a card, triggers Zamone and Dina, and the Fairy Vandal. Okay. And now, do we just get the partners out of here before they make anything else bigger? I think we do. Although this Quartzwood Crasher... Oh my god! Okay, they were ready for us. Well... Alright, in hindsight, I should have sequenced this a little better because I have enough mana left to play Dina, and I probably should have done that before playing Zamone and Tatiova because we would have gotten to drain them for a bit more life. But that's okay. That's what happens. Hey, Mr. Lore Mage. Nice basic lands. Thank you. What are your thoughts on Ravnica Remastered? I don't understand the remastered sets. I'll just say that. I don't know who they're for. I don't know what happens if this one or more creatures you control with trample deal combat damage to a player. Ugh. All right. I think that's my only block. Yeah, remastered sets are weird because like I like reprints and I like having cards be affordable and accessible, and I like it when they change up the art and do cool stuff and whatever, but they don't advance the story. They don't usually introduce new mechanics. They don't add to the game in like a progressive way. And then the cards that they choose to reprint are always very controversial because in theory these cards are already designed, and I know they make it so that it's a functional limited format and they have to apply some thinking into what cards go in and how they all work together. I understand that, but it feels really bad to open like a remastered booster and your rare is some like clunky lame card that like they only put in there just to like make it harder to get the good cards is what I'm saying. And like to me the whole point of well, let's see, can I just fire this off for like infinity? Yeah. You're gonna discard 2 cards, we're gonna get back our person, and we're gonna destroy that. I think we're still pretty much dead here, but hey, at least we did something. You can go kill their commander. Oh, they have a person with reach. Okay, but they're not gonna block. Cool. Yeah, I think we're losing this. I'm kind of getting distracted here, but the idea of this deck is quite similar. You know, you try and draw 2 cards a turn. So Ravnica Remastered. I mean, I like Ravnica. It's a cool setting. It's a cool world. Having more Ravnica cards, great. The timing of releasing Ravnica Remastered with another set that's also on Ravnica feels a little weird. But I guess if you love Ravnica, this is is a great day for you. You get access to everything. Okay, so let's see. We got a couple of 6s here. I think we got a chump block. Oof, that's an 8 and another 6. Well, if we do it like that, we go to 2, and I can even do something like this. Put that down, draw, trigger, 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 trigger. Drain, 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 drain. Suppose you have a point. Not enough emphasis on master and remastered. Right, like if I'm spending that much for a product that isn't part of standard and isn't new cards, it's just stuff that already exists, it feels really bad to open something where you're like, I already had 5 copies of this bulk rare, and why is it in a remastered set? Well, for limited. Okay. But hey, Wizards needs to keep Hasbro afloat, so... Oh. Okay, can we kill them this turn? Well, if we can, it probably starts with this.
Under my tutelage,
We'll make them sacrifice something.
can master death. Well, darn. Looks like
We don't get any more life or drawing cards off of that anymore, but that's fine. Yep, this isn't gonna be enough to do it. Huge Ravnica fan that started playing in the original block, then stopped, started again, and returned to Ravnica. I find the remastered set really lackluster. I mean, they sent me some. I opened a few collector boosters, and I was like, great, a retro frame Cloudfin Raptor foil. Like, why is this in a collector booster? Like, who is collecting these? This is a draft card from like a block where Evolve was a mechanic that mattered. I don't need this in my collector pack. Oh look, 2 guild gates. These are fun. Like I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I've gotten some other good stuff. They sent me some Lost Caverns and Eldraine, and like those sets were fun to open, and I kept some for my personal collection, and I'm gonna use some as giveaways for patrons and stuff coming up, and I'm trying to use this stuff well, but I don't know, it's really disheartening when they're like, hey, we're sending you Ravnica Remastered, and I'm like, cool, what's in it? And I crack a pack, and it's like, it's a reprint of Lazov, and he's not mythic anymore. Now he's a rare. He's worth 15 cents. And you're like, okay, thanks. But you don't want to be ungrateful, because then they stop sending you stuff, right? Like, what am I supposed to do with these cards? I can't sell them. I don't need another copy of Lazov for my own collection. I don't know. It's weird. And WotC has been on that corporate greed here. It is difficult to separate WotC from Hasbro, right? Because Hasbro is the company that owns WotC, and surely they lean on them a lot. And WotC probably has to meet certain goals or criteria or thresholds or whatever. So they probably... I mean, I'm sure the designers there don't love having to squeeze out set after set and card after card, and some of the universes beyond probably they don't love either, but they're like, hey, they make money and we got to do them. Okay, we have all of our colors here. We've got a Mystic that we can't play. We got Interaction. I think this is keepable. So if we approach it with the belief that WotC is genuine and they want to make the best Magic experience that they can, then I think that instead of shoving I'm shoving's not the most polite word, but instead of what they've been doing with Secret Layers and Universes Beyond, all that, where is our Netflix show? Where is our actually good book series? Where is our Harry Potter 8-part movie extravaganza? Where's our Marvel Avengers Endgame? Where's all the media, for one? Like, Magic's got enough characters and enough stories banked up now that they can just expand into all of that. It could be the next Game of Thrones for HBO, like a grown-up Magic world with characters actually doing meaningful stuff and having a good budget to show all the magic effects. And I just walked into a counterspell, didn't I? Because I'm not paying attention. That's what I'm looking for. And then even that, like, fine, sure. So one of my coolest ideas is like a Magic game show, right? Like either like a Survivor Big Brother style where you get a bunch of random people together who don't know how to play Magic at all, but it's like whole slice of life, right? You got like single mom trying to win $1 million. You got, I don't know, truck driver dude who's like, I don't understand this stuff. And he's like, you can play into the stereotypes or whatever. But like fill a house with interesting people and then bring in like 8 pros, put, Seth Manfield and LSV and all the guys who know how to play, and match them all up with one person and be like, all right, they can't actually play the game for you, but they can teach you how to play. And then each week we're going to have a different format or a different challenge, and people get knocked out, and eventually you're left with one person who wins $1 million. And that would be so cool to watch on like regular TV. My parents would get into something like that without even understanding all of Magic. But like anybody could watch that and be like, hey, this is neat. This is different. This is a fun game show thing. And like, right, Dungeons and Dragons movie did well. Right. Why can't we have a Magic movie that does the same thing? What is happening? They are slipping out the back. Okay, cool. Save your commander. That's fine. Because now I get to play this. I get to draw a card, which triggers the Moan. I'm also kind of tempted to cash in the Elf here, even though it's not my second card this turn anymore. I just get to ramp a bit. Steve Harvey presents. There you go. That would be cool. But I don't know. Something like that would be really neat. Or, I mean, in college, I watched World Series of Poker all the time on ESPN, right? Because I was obsessed with poker. It was a huge thing at that era. Everyone was into it. Probably every college in America. And our best pro tours get like on Twitch, and they get a couple thousand views, and it's so sad because this game is so interesting and cool, and you could do a really well polished event. And if you didn't do it live, like the poker games weren't live, right? That was all recorded. Edit out the dull stuff, put in some voiceover explaining what cards we're seeing and what's happening, and make it more like a game nights level or something with animations, and really hype it up. And who wouldn't tune in every night that week to see who wins the 50,000 or whatever prize? And I don't know, I just think Magic has so many other cool ways that they could be successful and make money, if that's what they're trying to do, without constantly hitting players in the wallet. You could expand into so many other things. Okay, they are tapped out. What does Bloodline do? -5, -5. That seems good. We kill this. Good animated series would be awesome. They already made sweet set trailers. Yeah, I mean, the tech is there. The people are there. Like, what's the hold up? I'm gonna casually play my 3-mana 8/8 with trample. What an insane card. And then do I want to trade in? I guess I don't need a 2/1 anymore. Ooh, Village Rights. Didn't hit a land, but it's okay. Alright, opponent gets a free brainstorm. That's cool. Full tilt poker. Right. Like, so you get to know the players with, like, interviews and stuff in between, and you kind of build up the rivalries, and you talk about their history and where they're from, and then they sit down, and, you know, the announcer's like, okay, Seth Manfield just picked up his 3rd mountain. That gives him enough to play Perforos, and he's going to really pop off with that Perforos. And you can, you know, just, I don't know. It could be so much more fun. Not that Magic's not fun already, but, like, it could be so much more fun. Am I getting stomped here? What is happening? Kefnit's Monument. Okay. Tolarian Terror. Sure. So my stuff doesn't untap, but they got to deal with an 8/8. You gonna use Zimone and Dina? Your clone? Alright. So we drew Quandrix's Command. Return target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand. Counter target artifactors. Put 2 counters. I think the move here is Rec Sage to blow up that. Please. Then I think we play Tatiova. And we just chill for a second. All right, this one's going a lot better than our first brawl game. Okay, so they use their copy of my commander. Sure. Quandrix's Command does kill their copy. Yes, that is true. I think I'm gonna try to hold on to it because I get to pick 2 things. So I can bounce their copy, and then I could just throw counters on somebody. I don't think I really need to make that. They're not doing a lot of graveyard stuff. So we'll just wait a second. We'll play a land. Tatiova draws, gains us a life. We trigger our Zimone. Alright, we picked up Culling Ritual. Destroy each non-land permanent mana value 2 or less. That would kill our Death Toucher. And that's it. So we're not playing that. Is it worth Village? I think we just hold on to Village Rights. Chill of the Grave. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap. Draw a card. So this doesn't help with that, right? It only counters artifacts or enchantments. Guess I'm okay with that getting tapped. So I think my plan is on their turn to use Village Rights, probably to sack our Reclamation Sage, who's not doing us a whole lot. They're going to tap our 1/1 with Death Touch. That's fine. It's funny how this is like turned into a mirror match because they have so many card draw in mono blue, but they're benefiting from our commander. So yeah, we're going to take that away from them here. I mean, I guess I really don't want them to flip that. I mean, all right. All right, so the evasion doesn't flip yet, although they are now 1 attack away. So we have Pop Quiz, which lets us technically draw 2 cards, but we already drew twice this turn. I think instead we're going to use our mana on Quandrix Campus to scry. I mean, Fairy Vandal gives us a flying blocker. That seems worth picking up. So we'll play him first. Or try to. I mean, we're sitting 10 blue mana and 3 cards at hand. I guess anything can happen. Alright, then we play our land, which gives us a trigger. And then cultivate, I guess, since there's not really a better time to use that. So it's going to trigger Tatyova again. Aether Channeler, nice. Alright. I think we're just going to wait on him. So we have 5 mana to work with, not enough to pop Quiz and command in the same turn. This spell can't be countered. Okay, so interesting. Draw 2, then amass, blah blah blah. Okay. Man, that's getting annoying. I'm trying to save the command for like the best time, but maybe just like any time would be a good time. Show me a negate. Okay, deliberate. That's fine, I guess. So they get to bounce my commander, which I think I'm okay with. They get to deliberate for free. And what happens with commence? They don't get to... Oh, I guess they do. I thought this was an X spell. It's draw X, but it doesn't have X in the mana cost. Alright, a lot of value coming off of this blue god here. Cool, 10-10 army. Love to see it. And so when they flip invasion, they get... They get to double everything. So do we just... It's really interesting. So we can try to flash in our fairy. Yeah. Okay, do I just take a bunch of damage? I guess I do. Ugh. I don't want to lose Tatyova here because her and my commander together are really good. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery from your hand, you may copy that spell, choose new target. So this doesn't really work with the rebound part, but they do get to double anything they cast from their hand first, and then get to rebound it, so... Alright, moment of truth. If this resolves... Cool. Into a land. Trigger. I think we're gonna try Channeler here as well and make the token. Or do I bounce their army? I guess we'll try that. Yep. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So no bounce for us, and then they're going to get another stern dismissal on their turn. So I'm holding on to the fairy to flash that in. My 8/8 is not big enough to punch through an 11/11 now. Ritual would get rid of their zombie army. Okay. Man, all of this bounce, and now that it's all like doubled and everything, this is kind of hard to fight through. We have plenty of cards in hand, we just can't keep any of them on the table. Yeah, this is gonna overwhelm us, so I'll just say good game. Brutal. Alright. So that one still, I guess, needs a little bit more polish. Let's, I hate to end on a loss, though, right? Like, you're all here hanging with me. The snow has picked back up outside. I want to end on a W here before I break for lunch. So let me grab one of my favorite other decks right now from Brawl, and that is Raphael. Yeah. Yeah, just couldn't keep up with that rebound value. That was a tough one. All right, so this is a red and black demon, demons, imps, devils, and tieflings. And this one I like quite a bit. I don't love that it leans so much on the Dungeons and Dragons cards, but when it works, it works. And we're up against, man, dinosaurs. Okay. Land, stone. Yeah, we can keep this. Good luck. You got this. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Nicole has seen this one in paper. She knows that this is a powerful deck, but will it be strong enough to beat dinosaurs? Oh, gee. Nicole, who are you rooting for right now? Yeah, that's what I thought. I guess we take the ramp. Put down our Mind Stone. Try to stay ahead of the dinosaurs. Okay. So we have a Prowler. So 1/1 Death Touch. When it dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw a card. More importantly, it's a Tiefling, so it gets buffed by our commander, which we can play now. And against this color combination, I'm fine doing that. All right, so Raphael, if you haven't seen him, 4/4 flying Devil Noble. Other demons, devils, imps, and tieflings you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. And at the beginning of each end step, if a creature card was put into your graveyard from anywhere, create a 1/1 devil. Pretty good. Boom, boom. Follow that up with, I don't know, a casual 7/7 lifelink. And so this guy is great because he has Surveil, so we can potentially put a creature into our graveyard from anywhere and get a free mini demon out of it, a devil. There we go. Dinosaurs can't keep up with Raphael. Look at that. You'll love it. So gross. I love it. That was for you, Nicole. Demons beat dinosaurs. It is now part of the lore book for Magic Arcana. What did we win? Oh boy. Let's do that one more time just because. Now I'm on a hot streak. Now we're winning. Give it one more. All right. Thanks again for everyone who's hanging out here. Looks like we got about 20-something viewers here. That's awesome. Okay, only 2 lands and no ramp in hand this time. And no, like, real stuff to play until we hit 3 or more. So, use our free mulligan. Almost the exact same hand. Shuffler rigged. Say go. Oh wait, it's another dinosaur. This is the exact same thing. What the heck? Are we trapped in some sort of hell queue? What is this? Alright, well, let's try and throw off their game. Hulking, Ripjaw, Chromatic Lantern. I mean, I guess we get rid of that. Could have made a case for any one of those. Play our Manor Guardian, a card that doesn't exist in real life. Alright, and we didn't find a land, so we're gonna Reckless Impulse here. Still don't find a land. That hurts. We'll exile our own impulse to try and draw another. There we go. Okay. Alright, Hulking Raptor is going to be a problem because he's just going to keep feeding the mana, and now they get the Ripjaw. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, so these I have to use now or they're gone. I guess we'll use Tybalt. And get a chump blocker. Alright, one more land and our commander comes alive, which would be great. Oh no, they're doing the thing to me that I did to the other guy last time. Well. We'll use our devil free damage to kill their Lorekeeper. Lava Coil's good. Still only 4 lands here though. So I can't double spell and play like a 3-drop plus the coil. Alright, what's the ward on this? 2? I guess we just go there. Try to keep them off of their mana. Okay. They hit us with this 8/8 again though, and we're in trouble. So obviously if we lose this one, we have to play one more so that I finish on a win, right? Okay, so unfortunately we did not find enough lands to do what we need to do. Hellrider isn't gonna do it. Cool card, but even if we keep him to block, the trample toxic damage still kills us. So we will bow out of this one. And see if we get a 3rd dino opponent. Rip. Hey, it happens, you know, easy come, easy go, but I still like this deck a lot. We'll give it one more shot. I mean, this stream has already gone on longer than I was anticipating. It's been a real treat. Again, nice snowy afternoon here in upstate New York. Still don't know why my whole computer crashed after the first stream. I'm hoping it doesn't do it again. We're getting to about the point where the first one broke, so I hope there's not some glitch around the 90-minute mark that just happens. Okay, 2 swamps, sign in blood. Sure. Probably gonna regret this, but if it works, I'll look like a genius. If it doesn't work, I just blame the shuffler. Another land. Okay. So now if I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't want to go up above 7. We're good. All right. Okay, we got 4 lands now. They have a signet. Cool. Cast down. Good. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands. Put them on the battlefield. Oh my god, we're ramping because we're doing the 6 costs cascades. Oh no. Do I want to keep digging? I think I need to, right? I mean, this card probably shouldn't be in here, but it's fun. Deal 3, gain 3. I mean, it kind of fits with the lifelink theme. Okay, they cascade into a mana geode. That's fine. Big score. We'll play our land. I think we will try Fire Prof on their commander. And we'll put back Wake to Slaughter. We don't need that. Would like to find some more red mana. And this time they hit a Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Not a lot of threats coming out of this deck yet. I think we really just want to keep their commander off the table because I don't want them to play multiple cascading things. Temple. More removal. So do I play my own commander to try and start a clock going? Do I play Ob Nixilis here? Why not? Let's do that. Alright, so he's in here partly for the demon theme, partly just to kind of slowly drain our opponent. I don't know, he's...
Try not to think too hard.
Uh-huh. This is a very interesting version of this deck. Usually you're trying to get bigger stuff, but who am I to critique? So I think we're just gonna really try to keep this off the, although every time they play this they get something else for free as well. I don't know. Maybe that's not the best. And then we'll try to play our commander. Okay.
I am your inner demon.
Oh, man. All right. There's the big heavy hitters I was waiting for, and I, of course, got caught without any removal in hand. Yeah, cool. Draw cards, lose life. Love it, love it.
It's just a small headache. You will now perish first.
Okay, I think I want to get this mammoth out of here. And I think I gotta kill their zombie army. Give them 2 more cards. They take 2 more damage. Oh no.
to think too hard.
And then is it worth playing this Obnixilis? I guess it is.
I don't need respect, just obedience.
And we'll make a devil here to protect from an attack by the Kami. They have a ton of cards in hand. I am getting a little nervous, and they have mana for days. I feel like we're still just a little behind here. But, I don't know, we got big score. We can maybe draw into something good. We got a couple planeswalkers working for us now. Maybe we're all right. Is it a good thing when the opponent takes a long time to think about what they want to do with their turn, or is that a bad sign? Okay, unnatural growth. That's fine, actually. On an empty board. Really glad we got rid of, like, the mammoth and everything. Yep. Okay, so they're attacking with the 2/2. So if I block with my 1/1, when this dies, I get to do another point of damage. Unless they have a way to, like... Yeah, draw a card.
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
So we get to kill their Kami. Okay. Anything else? Iron Crag, more mana, sure. Alright. I mean, I don't love walking into counterspells here, but yeah, that's wow. Okay. So much for that turn.
Knowledge is not without prize.
Alright, so next turn, I almost feel like no matter what we draw, we're probably discarding it to big score, but maybe not. Maybe we just play up Nixilis. I don't know if it'll ever be safe to play our commander again, but... And if they tap out, maybe. And a single ring tempts you. Alright. Spiteful Prankster. So is this where we double spell? Or do I... Ooh, casualty this guy. No, I think just one's probably alright.
You don't stand with me. You're my enemy.
And now we can start to squeeze him. Okay.
Or carnage. Tribute.
I don't want to give up this Obnixilis yet, so we'll keep him at 2. So we do have 2 mana left, which is enough for the emergency mode on Baleful Mastery. Which we might end up needing as our opponent cascades into Ozolith. Okay. That's fine. So whenever this enters the battlefield or attacks, draw 2, then discard a card. So they're going to have to take 2 damage from Obnixilis again.
I am your inner demon.
Hullbreaker Horror. Interesting. Into a free Kiora. Okay.
Leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Oh, I love them all.
And that lined up nicely for them. They get to draw again, take more damage.
Suffer the it is just a small headache.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so now they're playing Chamil, which will have its own cascade. Do I just want to get rid of Hullbreaker Horror right now? Or this flying guy? I think Hullbreaker is more annoying. So we'll exile that. They draw again. They go down again. They get a free Nissa. Sure. They bounce our Obnixilis.
I love to make a splash.
Tribute is risky. I mean, if they play a small creature, they draw. They draw. So I think first we do Obnixilis again. Make him discard or lose life.
Plead for mercy.
Fine. I'm gonna try big score here. See if we can find something useful. Do we want to see what their last card is? I mean, I guess. It is Thassa. I will gladly exile that. Oh my god. Okay. So I don't know. We're at 30 life, but we also have like not a lot going on.
Try not to think too hard.
But they also only have the one card in hand. But now they get to double everything's power and toughness. So they get to kill Obnixilis. Both of them. If they want to. That attack trigger goes off. They have to draw 2, discard again. We'll get to hit him some more. Okay.
Suffer the dreams of the damned.
So I think we give up this guy to protect our other Obnixilis, right?
Every defeat is a lesson in tactics.
Sadly, we don't get to ping them when they draw cards anymore, and I don't think I have any way to get him back from the graveyard. Man, we're so close. Again, so close. Every game comes down like this. All right, opponent. Yeah, go ahead. You certainly earned the right. All right, they're at 4. Do I have like, what is it? Banefire that can't be countered. It does X damage. That's what I want. I don't think I have one in this deck, but look at them just playing everything. We have a 9-mana commander and a deadly dispute. Well, they only have 41 cards left. Perhaps they will mill themselves. Oh, Titan of Industry. Oh my gosh. We're just chilling over here in the sun. I mean, a Simic deck will do what a Simic deck does, right? Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. They have like 20 mana, tons of enchantments. They're up to 14 life now. Naughty, naughty opponent. Yeah. All right. Excuse me. Man, I hate ending on a defeat. That I cannot do that. I won't do that. So one more brawl with something else. Let's see what else I can dig up here. Because these are a lot of fun. More fun when you win, but whatever. All right, well, here's the choices. Somebody in chat, we just did Raphael, we did Forbidden Studies. We can have Mono Black with Issereth, which is pretty cool. We can have Vevictus Asmati Dragons. You can have Clothis from Theros. You can have black and green Hydras with Pelucranos. We can have Mono Blue Wizards. We can have Satsuki's Sagas. We can have Kadama's Mono Green Ramp. Or we can have Liliana and Josu Vess Zombies. Which of these is going to be the one that we end on with a win? With a win. That's the important part. Let me know what you think. Nobody wants to vote? Nobody has chat open? Or is there a lag here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I vote for Hydras. That's it. We're doing Hydras. Good choice. Love a good Hydra. Favorite creature type, I think. And Pelucranos, cool guy. I like that they brought him back for March of the Machine, right? Yeah. Okay, bunch of forests. So this is a green and black deck, but we got a bunch of forests, and then I don't know. I don't love it. I mean, we have a 3-drop, and it's one of our best things we can do on 3. Well, we'll try it. We're up against Mono Red Urabrask, so we're probably dead on turn 3 anyway. Hi. Feed the Serpent. Flavorful, but not useful at double black. Yeah, Hydras. Yeah. All right, you guys are speaking my language. Okay, so no lands still. So I need to bribe the arena team again. Fergie. Yes. All right, so we're going to take a turn to play Branching Evolution. If one or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature, twice that many are put on instead. Which means, next turn we're going to play our 4th land, and then we're going to play a 4-mana 12/12. Or try to. What does this do? Oh, this is the one whenever we an instant or sorcery. Okay. Sure. Deal damage, make free mana. Ring tempts you. All right. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I said we'd be dead very fast. They're just popping off. But can Mono Red beat a 12/12? I mean, if we're still alive. Fiery Impulse on their own Bergie. Oh my god, we're getting like combo killed on turn 4. I said this was gonna happen, and look at this. What happened? What is this? We're at 6. Oh my god. I can't even, I don't even, what do we do? They have treasures. Until end of turn, you may cast instant sorceries from any graveyard. Oh my god, they're just gonna like pop off. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I said mono red turn 4. They got us to 6 life with 2 cards and a handful of spells. Okay, well, we're not dead. And this deck does have some ways to gain life. I haven't found any yet, though. Well, I think step 1, we kill Bergie. Or maybe I was supposed to use his own ability at instant speed to kill this when it flips back over. Yeah, I think I messed up. Okay, well, the good news is we're going to get to see this deck again because, as I said, we're not finishing on an L. All they got to do is play 5 spells with the tons of mana available to them. Good game, opponent. I cannot get my head around. Yeah, sure. What an insane deck. I love it. I love it. I hate it, but I love it. Did I have fun? Ooh, you know, I mean, I did. I a little salty. I can't even put words together. I got so thoroughly burned in like 2 minutes. I don't even know what to make of that. I didn't even get to hide. I played 3 cards, right? Because we had the fight spell. Played the enchantment, played our commander, fought something, game. Magic is the greatest game on earth. Impressive spectacle. All right, now we're up against another Simic deck. 2 lands. Ozolith is really good for us. Ugh. Sometimes you got to roll the hard 6. I mean, at the very least, we can play a 1/1. See, this is what I needed. 1/1 counter on and lifelink, and I could have attacked and gained like 12 life, 14 life. I guess we're just chilling on 2, and hopefully we pick up another land so we can get our fake Hydra Realm Walker out. Destiny Spinner, good, good. Yes. Okay. We got a 1/1 fam. Okay, so they have Baby Tatioa. Land creatures you control have flying. Whenever a land enters a battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more, up to 1 target land you control becomes a 4/4 with haste. That also flies. We're just in the hell queue here. I don't... Okay. Okay. Yeah, take 1. So this guy, not a Hydra, right? It's a Gnarlid Colony. It's a 2/2 beast. And each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has trample. Very useful for like 6/6 or 12/12 Pelucranos, who ordinarily can be chump blocked by anything. This guy doesn't work for the type synergies, but he does support the insane, insane. Do they have a land to follow it up with? Do we have anything? No. Okay. Still can't find a land. I mean, part of me wants to save Heartless Act to kill their commander. But if we're not hitting lands, we're at least going to try and gain some life and not get completely run over here. Although, now that our Ozolith is gone, we don't even get to keep like the lifelink counter floating around, which I was kind of counting on. But now we have a way to maybe turn on this Mortality Spear with a lifelinker. Yeah. Sneaky Reach. We'll trade that. Guys, I don't know what to do. They're up to 5 lands. We're at 2. It's not even like we're holding a ton of really expensive stuff. Do we just pop this right now? I guess so. All right. YouTube says I'm up to 27 viewers. Views go up the worse I play. What is up with that? I don't know. Come on, opponent. I got literally 2 lands, man. You can do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we at least have 1 piece of removal here. So next turn they get to play their commander, immediately play a land, turn a land into a... Ugh. Yeah. Or is it better to just start killing lands? Draw 3 cards. This is just... I think I want to just kill the lands, right? Because then she won't have 7 lands. Try that. Just so I was still on. I mean, I'm back on. We had a little technical interruption there, but yeah, I meant for this to just be like a short day of streaming, like 2 hours max, and I think we're already pushing 3, 4. But hey, we're having a good time. Somebody convinced me into switching over to Brawl. That's what we're doing now. And this person has a very cool Lands Come Alive deck. I like it. Okay. What do we do? Make this guy even bigger? Put a 1/1 counter on it, then double the number of 1/1 counters. So he would go to 2, he would go to 4 counters. He'd become a 6/6 lifelink trample? Yeah. I mean, we're basically building a Baneslayer Angel at this point. I feel much better at 3 lands because now our Inscription of Ruin is live. And so Inscription, I mean, obviously we're not kicking it anytime soon, but destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. That hits their commander, that hits their whole board right now. And they have an Uro. Outstanding. And we could just kill that. Or play Fertilid and try to find more lands. I think we try to get Uro out of here. Right? Because if we get another 6-point attack, works for me. Guys, if we win this off of the back of this Gnarlid Colony on 3 lands, I don't even know. All right, they're down to 9. We're up to 41. They've got tons of lands. They have a Tamiyo. Okay. GG.
I am the hand
Can't expect them to have nothing forever. Yeah, we don't get to untap with our
Bow before
bear.
Phyrexia.
Boom, boom. Well, I guess we will try to get some lands out of Sheoldred. I have faith. You are, excuse me, far more devout than I am, because once I read a board like this and I realize that they have almost 3 times the mana we do, they have a planeswalker that's ticking up rather than down, starts to feel pretty bad. They hit their 7th land, they now get a flying 4/4. Why they animate the tapped one, I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. But now if we hit another land, we can eat that one. You know, alright. I guess if they won't give us a land, we'll go get it. Oh, we gotta win so I can go to my next. Nicole is sitting there waiting for a victory so she can go to work. I don't know, man. I might have to switch back to demons to force a W here. That's probably my better deck. This is just embarrassing at this point. I should have. I didn't mull, right? I had a 2-lander and I figured I'd be okay. And we've drawn 1 land since then. The other one I just had to go fetch up with the ability on Sheoldred. So how many turns into this are we now? How many lands did I not draw? Okay, opponent has awakened V2 Ghazi. Can they do 39 damage to me though? Let's find out. Fine, we're still at our starting health. Oh my god, come on! Come on! Come on! Do I exile Tameo? Do I exile the 9/9? So they still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. So playing another land gets them another 4/4 flyer. We only have 4. If we imagine if we could blow up a land, a creature, a planeswalker, all of this. This is so good. And we're never gonna get to play it.
Our will cannot be denied.
I mean, what is our next play? Even if we hit a land now and we're at 5. If we hit our 5th land, we could harmonize. That doesn't really do us anything. Realm Waker doesn't really do us anything. Scourge doesn't really do anything. I guess the play would be Find Broker.
Behold, nature's true power.
Okay, in the interest of time, and being that we are really unlikely to climb back against 2 planeswalkers, as I keep saying, I want to end with a win. Should have quit after that first demon win. So that's Hydra's. We lost to a red deck in about 4 seconds, and then we lost to a Simic deck in about 4 hours, however long that one took. Let's do something fun. Let's do some dragons to close it out. On this beautiful snowy day. Have a nice Atraxa Grand Unifier Blink deck. Okay. I mean, if you got a link to a list, I'm always down to take a look. Demon time. Now we're going to try dragons. Dragons surely top demons, right? I mean, this is not playable, so. Oh god, why? Why are all my decks so greedy? Oh. This guy's been in like every opening? Okay. We keep. We ditch you. This is actually okay. We got 3s and 4s. We have 3 lands. We're against some other sort of combo deck that's just gonna pop off. So they have Rowan, 4-2 with Menace. And spells they cast cost less, where X is the amount of life they lost. Our commander is the best scarf in all of Magic. Vivictus has Madi the Dyer, a 6/6 flyer, Elder Dragon. When he attacks, for each player, choose target permanent that player controls. Those players sack those permanents, and then reveal the top card of their library, and they get it for free if it's a permanent. I feel like the opponent's deck is not going to have many permanents. So we're going to play Colligan Warmonger, 3/2 with haste. He's not a dragon. When he attacks, though, he gets us a dragon. So next turn, it's going to be Thunderbreak Regent, probably. They play their commander. That's fine. Ooh, Terror of the Peaks. Alternatively, we could make a monk to give us more mana. Oh. Ooh. Fearsome Whelp, I think, is what we want here. Okay, damage. And so this guy, another arena only card. Beginning of our end step, each dragon in our hand perpetually gets one less. So now we have a bunch of like 3 and 4 mana dragons. So we're okay with 4 lands because our whole hand just became playable. They can Thoughtseize, that's fine. Let's try to save at least one of these. So they probably take Terror of the Peaks if I had to pick one. There it is. Oh, okay, that's fine. So they lost 2 life, so now they could make their stuff cost 2 less. I mean, that's what you want to be doing with Rowan. So we'll start by playing their swamp. And then I'll use my Rejuvenator and try to find another land. Okay. It's going to come in tapped no matter what. So we might as well grab the tap one and pick up some life. And we'll grab a Wrathful Red Dragon. And now on our end step, Fearsome Whelp makes these guys all even cheaper still. So next turn, we have 6 mana. We can certainly drop 2 of these. Cool. Yeah, can't block Rowan. She has Menace. Lose 2, draw 2. Got it. All right. So I kind of like Jade Orb of Dragonkind. And then we've got 4 mana to work with. So I can't quite double up. So I think we do a Wrathful Red. I guess we could play this as a land. I think I'd rather keep it. And they have a 6/5 now, so we're not sending in the Warmonger anymore. I think we'll just wait here. Okay, okay. Being in my meeting will help us win. I hope so, Nicole. This one's for you. These are some big dragons. Alright, so opponent drew 2, lost 2, tapped Rowan to make their black and red spells cost 2 less. Oh my god, a massacre! Ooh, okay, that hurts. Alright. So I think we're gonna go Dragon Speaker Shaman, which makes our dragons cost 2 less. And then we'll do Kura. And an Oversold Cemetery. So Cemetery says at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. So we can start getting our dragons back, and because they were perpetually discounted, they will still be cheap. Terror of the Peaks, I think, is the one I want to start. Into Thunderbreak, throw 4 at the opponent's face. We don't have double red again for the other dragon, unfortunately. We could play our commander here. Throw 6 at their face. And now attack for the win. Victor says Mahdi, ladies and gentlemen. Another fun deck. We didn't get to actually play the commander, but cool. Dragons, Jund, ramping, blasting. That's where we're going to end it, I think. That's the stream. I'm starving. I'm going to go get lunch. I've been at this for a couple of hours now. Really sorry again about the technical interruption there in the middle, but we got to show off some cool Phyrexian decks. Came back, did some Brawl, did some other stuff, and just had a really fun time hanging out here. I appreciate y'all being part of the stream. Love doing these. I should be doing them more. Want to get more comfortable with it, get the technology working a little better. I run this whole thing on a computer I built myself 6 years ago out of like budget parts. So it's not great, but it's not terrible either. Like, it works. But yeah, if this is something you want to see more of, if you like the casual laid-back stylings of Magic Arcanum on Magic Arena, like the video, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. I assume you're here because you're already subscribed, but there might be somebody watching who isn't. And then, if you don't mind, in the description on this video, I got some links to different sponsors. Nobody is sponsoring this stream, to be clear. This is just me spending my own time doing this. I didn't even insert ad breaks now that I think about it. Was I supposed to do that? I don't know if they show up automatically, if you guys see ads. Because there's a button over here that says, like, insert ad break, but I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, manually do that every 20 minutes. So it would really help me out if you would check out some of those sponsors down there. We've got TCG Home, which is a free online collection tracker, and if you sign up for that right now, you're entered in a drawing for some really cool prizes, so check that one out. Into the AM, my clothing brand. I'm wearing their hoodie and t-shirt right now. I wear their stuff every day. My closet is full of it. Super comfortable, looks great, awesome, fun designs. We love Into the AM. And I think I got some others on there too. Dragon Shields, I got a little affiliation going with. You can order, your supplies. They got binders and sleeves and all sorts of cool stuff. And I think I still have Many Worlds Tavern coffee on there. You can save 10% on your coffee. And Many Worlds Tavern is really great coffee. Nicole will speak to that. She went and visited them at PAX a couple of weeks ago. And all of their coffee, when you buy it, they make a donation to a gaming-related nonprofit charity. So, like, if you like gaming, you want something fun and different to serve at your next Commander night or game day or whatever, Pick up some Many Worlds Tavern, show up dressed into the AM, organize everything before you go with TCG Home, and make sure it's all sleeved in Dragon Shield. That's what I got for you. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the great stories you'll only find here on Magic Arcanum. We'll see ya.